Vaults the Broncos to an impressive 3-1 record. So for more on the Broncos and football as a whole, we welcome in Footballguys.com guru and AM 950 The Fans football insider Cecil Lammey as we get to the point. Cecil, welcome to Raw Sports.
How's it going?
Good, man, and nice to have you here. 3-1 to start the season, and I think Broncos fans have every right at this point to be very satisfied with what the Broncos have done to this point in time, heading into a Sunday night encounter with Oakland. They should be 4-1. You look at the schedule, could easily be 5-1 when the Colts come to town in a few weeks. Am I being too optimistic? Am I painting too rosy a picture?
No, I don't think you are. Really, when you break down the NFL season, you break it into quarters, and the Broncos had a very good first quarter of the NFL season. And what's really impressed me the most, like you said earlier, was Tatum Bell. This guy getting it done finally after not doing very good with more than 10 carries. His yards per carry average goes from 6 to 2.3. So Tatum wears down as the game goes on.
Yeah, and interesting how I mentioned before also, you might have heard me say that here's Mike Shanahan and Brian Billick, the two coaches on last Monday night. Both guys known for their offensive wizardry. Billick with that offense in Minnesota before he became the head coach of the Ravens several years ago. And Shanahan, of course, who was noted as an offensive wizard as well, getting it done with defense. If I'm a Bronco fan, if I'm a football fan of any team in the NFL, Cecil, I want my defense to always be ahead of my offense because defense can win games for you more than offenses. Offenses go into funks. Defenses usually, they don't go into funks.
Right, and defenses win championships. If Trent Dilfer can be a Super Bowl champion, there's no reason why Jake Plummer, yes, I said it, Jake Plummer can be an NFL champion as well.
Well, you know, let's speak about Jake Plummer. It's interesting you mentioned him. There was a report, ESPN and Chris Mortensen earlier this week said that no matter what happens this year, Broncos go all the way and win the Super Bowl this year with Jake Plummer. He's not coming back next year, and I think the handwriting is certainly on the wall. I mean, they invested the money and the pick in Jay Cutler, but his time right now is on the sideline, and I've been critical of Jake, just like a lot of people have, but I'm not the knee-jerk reaction type critical. I think Jake has done a good job managing this team this year, doing what he's been told to do, in effect, in order to manage this offense effectively enough to have them start off the season 3 out of their first 4.
Right, and Jake is really good when the Broncos have the lead. What we want to see is come playoff time, when you need to change things up a little bit, can Jake Plummer get it done when you're playing from behind or you're in a really tight game? That's when we'll see how good Jake is this year.
I think statistics have borne out the fact, and I said this last year, when they won 13 games last year, they played primarily from in front all year long. And I said, when they fall behind now, we're going to see what the Broncos are made of. They get to the AFC Championship game, and we're not able to come back. But when you talk about this offense and you talk about Jake Plummer, one of the things I've been surprised at this year is even though he's managed the offense effectively, they've not had him rolling out as much this year, either going to his left or his right. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot. And you see defenses find you out in the NFL, and we saw that last year in the AFC Championship game, a perfect example. Pittsburgh was ready for everything offensively and defensively that the Broncos could throw at him. And the Broncos now, they're changing it up a little bit. They're getting a pass rush without blitzing all the time.
Right.
They're not rolling out Jake. They're doing the things you need to do to be successful in the NFL.
Let's move away from the Broncos and the NFL over to college football and Boulder in specific with the Buffs right now. 0-6, unfortunately. They lose a heartbreaker last week to Baylor, triple overtime. And I had Dan Hawkins, Cecil, on my radio show about a week and a half ago. How hard do you think it is for him, for his coaching staff, to recruit effectively, to restock the cupboard, so to speak? 0-6 at this point in time right now, and if you just look at it from a one-loss standpoint, not very impressive, but does that make it doubly harder for them to get blue-chip talent to come into Boulder?
I think it makes it really hard to get blue-chip talent. You can get blue-chip talent in Idaho, but that's not the same as getting guys from Texas, California, Florida. That's where the Buffaloes need to recruit the most from, and of course, recruit the heck out of Colorado. Get this state into CU, get it up at Boulder, and you have to question some of their moves that you're looking at this year with Dan Hawkins. He makes a great Quest commercial, but can he get it done in the Big 12? I don't know just yet.
A whole different game. Now, Cody Hawkins, real quick. His son decides to forego his commitment to Boise State, follows dad down to Boulder. I've questioned it. I'm not certain at this point even still. It was a good move for either the coach, father, or the son, the quarterback. Tell me what you know about Cody Hawkins, the football player. Could he be considered, is he, in your estimation, a blue-chip caliber potential quarterback on the NCAA Division I landscape?
No, I don't believe so, and I have many friends that are scouts across the country, and they tell me the same thing, that he's not in the top 100 of his own quarterback class. He comes here, everyone says, just wait for his son, wait for his son.
Yeah.
We'll still be waiting, and that's why you see CU looking at some more quarterbacks, maybe some JUCO guys like the Nick Nelson who originally committed to Georgia. You're going to see him maybe get a stockpile of quarterbacks, and then whoever's the best will play.
All right, Cecil Lammey, thanks for coming on Raw Sports. We appreciate it. Cecil Lammey, listen to him on AM 950 The Fan. Good football insider on that station. All right, coming up next, folks, do you think Todd